Why Men Cheat, a Psychologist's Insight. You ever look around and wonder what in the world is going on in relationships today? It seems like everywhere you turn, somebody's tiptoeing across a line they know they shouldn't. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to dig into why men cheat. Now, I'm not saying it's right and I'm not saying it's excusable, but I've been doing this a long time. And I can tell you, if you want to fix something, you got to understand it. We're going to break this down together and look at it from a psychologist's perspective. We're going to dig into the hows and the whys, and trust me, sometimes the answers are tougher to swallow than you might think, but we're going to go there. This isn't about pointing fingers. It's about understanding the root of the problem so you can build stronger, healthier relationships. Let's get real, folks, and get to the bottom of this. Lack of emotional connection. Now, when I talk about lack of emotional connection, I'm talking about a man feeling like he's lost that deep, meaningful bond with his partner. It's about feeling understood, feeling heard, feeling like your partner is really there with you, not just physically, but emotionally. You see, men, they have emotions too, believe it or not. And when those emotions aren't being met at home, they start looking elsewhere. It's not right, but it's real. They might not even be looking for another relationship, but they crave that connection, that feeling of being seen and understood, and sometimes that search leads them down a dangerous path. You see it all the time. A guy's got a need and it's not being met. Maybe he doesn't even know how to express it, so he doesn't. But that need, it doesn't just disappear, it festers, it grows. And before you know it, he's finding that connection, that validation in the arms of someone else. Someone who's willing to listen, to understand, to make him feel seen. It's a slippery slope, folks. And it all starts with that disconnect, that lack of emotional intimacy. Remember, a relationship without emotional connection is like a car without gas. You can dress it up all you want, but it ain't going anywhere. Desire for variety. Let's talk about variety. Now, I'm not just talking about physical variety, although that can be a factor. I'm talking about a desire for new experiences, new challenges, new emotional landscapes. Sometimes men cheat because they're looking for a spark, a jolt to their system. They want to feel alive, they want to feel desired, they want to feel that rush of excitement that comes with something new. It's like anything else, folks. You do the same thing day in and day out. It gets, well, boring. And some men, they're wired to seek out novelty. They crave that adrenaline rush, that feeling of being on the edge. Now, I'm not condoning it, but I'm trying to understand it, because when you understand the why, you can start to address the behavior. Maybe it's a midlife crisis, maybe it's just a case of the grass is always greener syndrome. But whatever it is, it's important to remember that infidelity is often a symptom of a deeper issue. It's like an alarm bell going off saying, "Hey, something's wrong here." And instead of hitting the snooze button, we need to wake up and address the problem head on. Now, let's talk about situational factors, because sometimes infidelity isn't about the relationship at all. Sometimes it's about the situation. Think about it. We've all been in situations where we're more vulnerable, more likely to make bad decisions. Maybe it's a stressful job, maybe it's a financial strain, maybe it's just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The point is, we're all human. And when you combine human weakness with opportunity, well, that's a recipe for disaster. It's like that old saying, opportunity makes the thief, and sometimes opportunity makes the cheater too. Now, I'm not saying that situational factors excuse infidelity, not by a long shot, but they can help us understand why it happens. And understanding is the first step towards prevention, because if we can identify those high-risk situations, we can avoid them. We can put safeguards in place. We can make it harder for ourselves and our partners to fall prey to temptation. Remember, it's not about living in fear. It's about being smart, being aware, and making choices that protect your relationship. We've covered a lot of ground today, folks. We have talked about the lack of emotional connection, the desire for variety, and the role of situational factors in infidelity. Now, I want you to remember, understanding these reasons isn't about making excuses for cheating. It's about giving you the tools to build stronger, more resilient relationships. Because when you understand the why, you can start to address the how. You can start to communicate your needs, set boundaries, and create an environment of trust and intimacy in your relationship. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more real talk about real relationships. And remember, folks, relationships take work, but they're worth it.